From CNN in London, this is World News Europe. I'm Fanula Sweeney. The images were shaky, grainy, dark and graphic. They left no question that Saddam Hussein was executed, but the footage was secretly shot and leaked to the internet. Now, Iraqi officials say one person has been detained. More arrests are expected, and Iraq's Shiite-led government is in the midst of damage control. The individual arrested in connection with this video described as a security guard who was present for Hussein's hanging. At least 2 more arrests are expected, while questions abound over who was responsible for this controversial video. A U.S. military spokesman in Baghdad told reporters that the Iraqi government alone was responsible for what happened at the hanging.
We had absolutely nothing to do with anything further than just the physical movement and security of him, as we had always done, to get him to a predetermined location, which in the past had been to the courthouse where the proceedings had been taking place.
Some Iraqi government officials, including National Security Advisor Muwafaq al-Rubai, suggest outsiders bent on inflaming tensions among Saddam Hussein's Sunni Arab supporters infiltrated the execution chamber. Al-Rubai discussed this and more with Jim Clancy and Hala Gorani in an interview earlier on CNN.
We're launching an investigation. We have already had an arrest warrant against 1 person and 2 to follow. And these people are, we think that we've been implanted either by and infiltrating the execution team by one of these Arab television stations or by an outsider of this process.
Okay.
And they have managed to video or record the execution.
Okay, but back to your comments and my question. You clearly glossed it over. I mean, did you feel that you had to, knowing that if those comments, if the reality was out there, that it would provoke violence in the streets, it would provoke more of that sectarian bitterness the government is so desperately trying to overcome?
Well, Jim, to be quite honest with you, to the best of my knowledge and belief, then that statement was right and correct. After the leak of that video, I was busy with the process. I was busy with things, and I was busy as well with my other colleague, shutting up and keeping silent those who are trying to use abusive language and so on and so forth. And there wasn't basically there was shouting slogans, and he was shouting slogans as well. He was saying, "Long live with the jihadists, long live with the jihad, long live with the Arab nation," and he was and people, the audience or the witnesses, they responded by doing a prayer. A sort of congregational prayer, if you like. And that's what happened. We stopped all those people who wanted to use foul language or any threatening behavior. I think if they have done it once or twice, we stopped them doing this.
Dr. al-Rubai, this is Hala Gorani here alongside Jim Clancy.
Hello.
Hello. You did not see someone actually use a cell phone? There were only 14 official witnesses. You have to be rather close to the action to get that kind of video on a cell phone. You didn't see someone pull out a cell phone and actually film the execution?
We are disgusted by this. We are very irritated. We are going to leave no stone unturned to investigate this thoroughly and aggressively. I saw a couple of these cell phones around. But believe me, none of the Iraqi officials were carrying these cell phones. Because those went through 3 checks, and they were checked by the Americans in the green zone, and then the guards and the American guards as well outside the building where the execution happened.
But if you saw the cell phones and the cell phones were forbidden, I'm sorry for interrupting, why wasn't the execution stopped, the cell phones taken away, and then the execution conducted again? Why not?
Well, if you are in advanced stage of putting the rope around the neck of the executed person before his execution, you don't stop that. And I don't know who was in charge of the whole operation to stop it. I don't know who has the a responsibility or the authority to stop the execution then and there. It would have taken a huge courage to do this, and there was no need to stop that because there was a couple of we could have controlled these telephones and video cameras and confiscated them.